Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for welcoming me to this TED Talk. When I was approached, I was told that we want to hear from you about things that touch your soul. Lots of things, but we are living in a world which has lost its soul. I just hope that all of us together can do something to bring it back. So, let's begin without wasting any more time. You recognize this guy? He went to viral fame in 2025 because his mother abandoned him. Talk about the reasons of becoming famous. Punch. This monkey, with his famous IKEA stuffed toy, he clings to it for comfort and growth because he was abandoned. Talking about perseverance, talking about never giving up and finding hope in the world. Hamla in 2015, a baby elephant that ran to the rivers to rescue her handler because she thought he was drowning while he was actually just enjoying his swim. Talk about the instincts that they have of protecting people. 1996, at the Brookfield Zoo, there was a baby that fell into the gorilla cage. And this gorilla, Binti Jua, she actually picked this child back up, cradled him to safety, and then took him to the zoo handler so that the child could be returned back to its own parents to safety. Have you seen these famous 7 dogs of late? They've been in the news because they all escaped a dog meat truck. And all of them had that sense that if we don't stick together, we are going to die, and we are going to die in any case. And now they've all been adopted because they clung and stuck together. A lot of dolphins have given you these examples where if you have helped them in the ocean, you've taken the plastics out of their neck and out of their mouths and out of their fins, they will come and leave you fishes as a gift to say thank you. Very, very famous film, Haichi. This dog, Hachiko, waited at the spot, same spot, every single day for years, even after the owner had passed away and actually never came back, talking about loyalty. I can give you examples after examples, stories after stories that talk about perseverance, grit, hope, joy, support, which are actually supposed to be human values, but are far more displayed in the animal kingdom. But I have a story closer to home. One COVID day, while I was sitting and making my famous Dalgona coffee and a new cake recipe, while I was just going to have a little bit of me time, there was a doorbell, and this masked kid just brings me a bleeding cat right to my face, like literally a bleeding kitten. And I have no appetite to see other people's injuries or even talk about blood. So I was completely thrown off. But I have rescued cats before. At heart, I'm a rescuer. And just looking at the cat, I knew that this has been run over by a vehicle. It was bleeding, it had lost its tail, it had lost its tongue, it had almost lost its knees and its ankles. But we just knew that we had to take care of this cat. If she didn't receive our care, she would die. So at home, we decided we're going to take her in. And 40 days of us taking her to a vet every single day, fresh bandages, fresh injections, fresh IVs to make sure she was never getting any infections whatsoever, she recovered. But during those 40 days, what was miraculous was I didn't see her cry. I didn't see her trauma dump. I didn't see her victimize herself. I didn't see her wonder, what is the purpose of my life? Why so much trauma so early in my life? This cat clearly knew that she had found her palace and she had also found her slaves. And the purpose of her life now was to be pampered by all of us slaves. A few days later, she completely lost her tail. Due to the infections, we had to surgically remove her tail. But you know what? I don't think she noticed, and I definitely don't think she remembers. There has never been an expression on her face which made me feel like, I wonder what the cat community is thinking about me because I'm not so pretty anymore. And this is a female cat. Cats use their tails to communicate, to talk to each other. I don't think she's really worried about loneliness or whether people will understand me now. What she could not do with her tail, she did with her meows. She definitely gave me a huge inferiority complex because she had all of these tools for survival, which even as a therapist, I don't have. I would definitely question my purpose if I had to lose one of my limbs. I would definitely question why God hates me in this moment if I became any less pretty or any fatter. I don't think that my cat had any issues whatsoever. She got along famously with the other cat. She was groomed and pampered. Every purpose of hers was taken care of. Every single thing that she needed from us, she made sure she found a different way to communicate. She got what she wanted. You know, I've heard people say that animals don't really have emotions. So it's easier for them to kill the animals because they believe that they don't have fear and they don't have sadness and they don't have loss and they don't have anger. And those people clearly have never, ever interacted with a living animal because the dead chicken on your plate definitely doesn't count. The worry now is that animals are the only species that live by instinct. We need to learn from them. We are losing touch with them and becoming something else that we were all never supposed to be. As human beings, we are not only sexist, we are not only racist, we are not only ableist, we are also speciesist. We believe that we are the most superior species on the planet. Superior, I don't know, but we are definitely the most cruel species on the planet. No animal ever has been found with a criminal record. No animal ever has been found to break somebody else's home. No animal ever has been a reason for war. And definitely no animal ever has said, "Bacha hai tu mera," and then killed their own. There is a lot that we need to learn from that species. The greatest threat for us today is that we are becoming more and more like the artificial intelligence. That's who we are competing with. That's who we are aspiring to be. This new species that is coming up does not operate by emotion. It does not have a soul at all. I want to ask you this question. When was the last time you really woke up and said, "मेरी नींद बहुत अच्छे से पूरी हो गई"? Or when was the last time you really took care of yourself and felt good about your own life? When was the last time you said, "I don't want to do anything for the next 2 hours, no phone, no emails, no doom scrolling, no answering people on continuous WhatsApps or sticking by a timetable or a schedule"? The answers are very discouraging. Even I don't have a 10 on 10 on this one. The problem is we have forgotten to live by instinct. Guess who lives by instincts? The animals again. I bring this question back over and over. Think about who we are emulating and what we are turning into. We are only now living by instructions. Forget instinct. Purely by instructions. Instructions that are given to us by a bot. Instructions that are given to us by your Instagram. The food apps will tell you that, "Hey, you're hungry and I've missed you and I know that you've missed me too," and they will do it romantically so you don't feel like a fool because you're listening to a bot. Your health apps will tell you that it's time for you to drink water and it's time for you to get off your butt now for a while and it's time for you to finish your steps. The news apps will tell you who to vote for. It is the entertainment apps that will tell you that you need to book this show now, now, now. Otherwise, you're majorly going to be missing out. And you know what? We oblige. We are now slaves to a certain algorithm. We have stopped using our own heads. How many of you here can buy heart phone numbers or mobile numbers? This is just the way your parents could do when we had the landlines. We don't even try. We don't try. We are so dependent on this new species that is coming in. Animals know when to rest. They know when they are safe. They know when they are protected. They know when they can trust. Animals can respond to love even if they are physically hurt. Animals don't need motivation for getting up and going and getting their water. Birds do not need motivation to fly. Even if there is one dog that has been hurt by a human being, that same dog will give a second chance to another human being and place their faith. But God forbid, if something happens to a human being by a dog, the whole community will come down on every dog saying they should be banished, they should be removed, they should be killed, and they are stupid and they are cruel and we should not have dogs anymore. Clearly, we need to learn more humanity from the animal sphere. We have sold all of our souls to the apps. We've sold our minds to the apps. And we have now become their product and we have become their data. They are now selling us. And they are treating us just like animals. And you'll be like, what? No, I don't think so. Let me give you a few examples. Earlier, we were the one that were leading movement. We would decide where our cows and our sheep and our dogs would go for a walk and where they would graze and where they would rest and where they would relax. Today, Google Maps is going to tell us where we need to go. In fact, we don't even choose a destination. We ask the apps, what do you recommend? Where should I go? This is a movement. We are now just being directed. The leash is no longer in our hands. Earlier, if we had to do something with our own pets, we never explained to them. We never explained that I'm going to take you to the vet and I'm going to get you neutered. I'm going to give you a shower now. I'm going to put you on a diet now. We never explained. Not because we were cruel, but because we thought, in loko kya samajh mein aata hai? I'm a better decision taker. I think for them. They should do what I'm asking them to do. Today, we are not getting any answers. No one's explaining to us, why did that loan get rejected? Why did you not get that job? Why did you not get that home? No answers. From trusting ourselves, earlier, a lot of business was happening on human principles and trust. Today, because we thought we prided ourselves on being thinkers, we can think. That is where our superiority came from. Today, if you put in your CV for a job interview, it's not going to an HR professional. It is first going to a filter that is scanning your CV to even see if it's worthy of going into an HR professional's hands. We are not trusting ourselves anymore. We are deferring everything to certain systems. Instagram is not going to ask you what content do I hide from you and what content do I show you. There is no consent that is left for you anywhere over there. Nothing. Everything that we prided ourselves on, we are now outsourcing. And whatever you outsource, whatever you don't do anymore, you are going to lose the ability to do that. You know, earlier when we were the Neanderthals and we were living like the monkeys, we had a tail. We didn't know what to do with the damn tail. The kangaroo learned how to use it. The tigers learned how to use it. We didn't know how to use it. It got wasted and eventually taken off from our bodies. We had 4 long limbs, but we were not crawling just like the other animals. And nature learned that they are not using the front 2 limbs. You don't need them to be so long. It got shortened because of what we were not using. We are losing our souls and our own instincts. Maybe this is karma. Maybe we deserve being treated like that. Maybe we deserve being treated like animals now because we don't understand otherwise. We sold our souls to be rich and famous and powerful. And yes, we can all do that now. And our Instagrams will tell other people that you should also be selling your souls to be rich and famous and powerful till we become a soulless nation, a soulless country, and a soulless world. So when I'm asked, what really touches my soul now? It's really kindness. Mark Twain said that kindness is a language that the blind can see and the deaf can hear. Kindness is a language that even animals can understand. Your insects can understand. The people, every single person living in your home can understand that. People outside in the world can understand that. What touches my soul is stories of people who have fallen and they've gotten up together. What touches my soul is truly the kindness when an ordinary person like you becomes an angel for someone else. When a baby really holds my hand so tight as if it trusts me even though it doesn't know me. Stories of great compassion when the whole theater stands up together to just sing the national anthem, and in that 2 minutes we are all together in that quiet patriotism. It is only things like that that touches my soul now. And I wonder what touches yours. Have you ever experienced the power of somebody putting their hands on your head and saying, "Beta, God bless you"? Because that should touch your soul. Courage, faith, sincerity, connection, all of that should be touching your soul now. We say that true freedom is when you have nothing to chase, nothing to prove, and nothing to hide. That freedom, that really moves my soul today. We all need to stop being the machines that we have become that just calculate, strategize, analyze, produce, cancel, block, and delete. And we need to come back to being those souls that were born to experience life, not to ace it. The souls were born to collaborate, not to compete. We were born to experience things and learn our lessons, not to prove a point. We were born to heal each other, not to hurt the whole world, but look at what we are doing. So when you ask me again, what is touching your soul? If something moves in your soul today, and you can go out there and give someone a really warm hug because you know they need it, that's not only going to touch my soul, that's going to touch yours and the other person's. Each one of us wants to make a huge difference in the world. But you don't have the tools. Just go back to being human beings. In this era of war and crisis, be that person who the world sees and says, good people really do exist. Be that reason that somebody says, human beings can touch your souls too. Be that reason that is touching someone else's soul. Thank you very much.